It's a tradition that began in 1966, and off we go on a Thanksgiving afternoon in Dallas.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. They'll start the drive here with Pacheco.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give them the yardage that they needed, but they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Escaping the pressure right.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs.
So Prescott of the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their 38. Now a first carry for Derrick Henry.
Taken down at the 42. So it's the big left tackle who gets tagged with a hold.
And sometimes you're actually executing the block well, and he starts to slip off of you, and instinctively you reach out and grab him. And when it's done like that, it's often seen by the official and called.
And he'll get this to about the 34, a gain of just 3. You talk about this Titan defense.
They were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
Prescott.
Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. And the Titans are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Here's Levis. He'll drop this off to Pacheco.
And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45.
Well, this defense for the Cowboys, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
And he's taken down inside the 30. First time they've hooked up here. Good for 17 and a first down.
Levis.
And a throw right sideline is complete. And so close, he gets it to the 1. Out of bounds right there.
They need about the length of the football here on 1st and goal. Now Levis.
And this is going to be intercepted.
Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
They currently sit 1 game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things, get back to what works.
Well, on that punt, we've got a man shaken up. So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one. But now playing here on Thursday night, do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, it actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Dances by at the 20, and they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
47 yards rushing for him now on just his first 3 carries.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down.
But they go play action. Here's Levis.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Well, the pass rush has been a real strength of late. They know how to get after the quarterback.
Absolutely. 4 sacks last week. That's their first one here. Anything in particular you've seen from them or on film?
I think that they're winning athletically up front, winning those one-on-one battles, but also when the offensive line wants to keep everyone in and mass protect, they know how to scheme their way back to the quarterback as well.
A good pickup there, 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
This now a 3rd and 4. Levis to throw it.
Flushed out right. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.
Will Levis.
A 13-yard touchdown run.
And the Titans will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first. And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the 1st down.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. On the counter, it's Henry. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. Now another timeout here called by the Titans. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. To throw is Prescott. And he slings one that's incomplete.
CeeDee Lamb is intended target.
And it's 3rd down.
You talk about this Titan defense.
They were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
No matter what coverage was called, they were in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long. I mean, they were running the routes with them. Turned out, they were right there on every single ball thrown and came away with 5 interceptions.
And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession as they've got it with a 4th down coming up.
Here's A.J. Cole now to punt this one away.
And this will be touched by a member of the kicking team inside the 20, and it's at the 17-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
A short throw taken in by Okonkwo.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
And shutting him off. Now open field.
Inside the 10.
And did he get in? No. Down at the 1-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 51 yards.
So that about the shortest pass a quarterback can make, but it winds up going for a bundle.
Yeah, let's face it, in the stats, it sure looks...
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Isaiah Pacheco, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans go up by 2 touchdowns.
Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 14-0. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. Off the play fake, Prescott.
Oh, everything falling apart now. Another one intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And the Titans are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line.
He'll complete this one to Okonkwo.
Touchdown, Titans.
Okonkwo,
his 9th touchdown of the season.
And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Extra point attempt here still to come. And it is now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. It's picked up by the... And they're going to bring this one back. A fumble return touchdown for the Titans. So they get the 1-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
Extra point right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. the football a second time. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
53 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
The ultimate speedster, showing that speed in front of this home crowd. They love that.
Made me stand up on that run because right now all I want to do is wave to the crowd. More noise, more noise. You got to reward him for that one. A big-time monster run.
A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play. So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Prescott now. And Diggs has it. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 24-yard line.
And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Prescott to throw it.
This will go to Henry out wide. And he'll wind up picking up about 4 as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 3rd and 4 now. Here's Prescott. Out to his left.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Here's Prescott.
And this ball is caught by Lamb. Touchdown, Dallas.
An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Cowboys are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 28-7 ball game. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
We'll get this to Baker.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down.
Levis looking to throw.
And this one complete to Smith. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Back to throw, it's Levis. Cockrell holds it in left side.
And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.
Cockrell.
His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game.
And the Titans are able to add on to their first half lead.
Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44.
Now, that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get it to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together.
On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
And this is dropped. Oh, it's incomplete. He had a big gainer in his sights, but he could not reel it in. 2nd and 10.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived. And I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free. Trying to get something positive to happen here before the break, and they sure need it. They went for the big one, but it winds up incomplete.
Now Prescott on 4th down. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side.
And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness, there was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the Cowboys who get the football first, and they trail here as well as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Whoa! It still won't go down. And it'll end there as he goes out of bounds, but a heck of a return all the way inside the opposite 40.
You know, we always talk about the chess match in a football game, but we're usually talking about offensive coordinator versus defensive coordinator. How about the special teams coaches? I think we just saw a big-time adjustment by one to help his team get a spark to start the second half.
Throwing, Prescott. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Henry. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. Well, I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that, and what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful. You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
He's got the hook up with Diggs. And he is into the end zone for the Cowboy touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 23 yards for the touchdown.
And the Cowboys get a bit closer.
Extra point right down the middle. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
They were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You could say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Like 54.
Levis to throw off play action. That'll be complete to Okonkwo.
And he's able to get it all the way down to the 20. A big play that time for the Titans. 51 yards.
Boy, this has just been an offensive clinic. It's seemingly been one big play after another, and add this one onto the list. When you can bite off more than half the field on one play, things are definitely working in your favor.
2 yards that time, a stark contrast from the big chunk on the previous play.
This is 2nd and 8. Levis back to throw.
And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Chigakonkwo.
An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Titans are able to widen their advantage.
Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Pushing his way through. And all the way up just shy of midfield before going out of bounds at the 49.
We all know the teams never want to use the word panic, but if they expect to win this game, it has to start right here, right now. That return just set them up for points, and it needs to be a touchdown, not a field goal.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's ever been played, all coaches talk about taking care of the football and limiting turnovers. And in this one, after we saw that first turnover, we worried that things would snowball, and it certainly did, especially on the scoreboard.
Left side caught by Diggs. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Inside handoff, Henry. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. Second down.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked.
And Prescott, his third interception. Picked off by L'Jarius Sneed. And the Titans are going to take over at their own 13-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
The touch and time are critical for those types of throws. He put a lot of zip on that one. Needed just a little bit more finesse trying to get it to his back.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Working from the gun, here's Levis.
Throw left side complete. That's Baker. And they're going to stop him short of the first down as he's tackled at about the 21. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And it'll be fourth down.
On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away.
Taking it about the 36.
And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well. And that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't want to admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Cowboy first down. Prescott now from the 50. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
Tough spot looking at 2nd and 16 here after the big loss.
Here's Levis.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And he's got it inside the 10. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. A great effort there. 42 yards.
And the Titans are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now Prescott.
And this is going to fall to the ground, incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
Prescott. Dancing to his left. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
The offense on 3rd down, just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Now Prescott rolling to his right.
That is caught.
And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 40. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. And again, it's Prescott. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5.
Here we go, 47. 26.
To throw is Prescott. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a 1st down. And now we won't see a play on 1st down. We're going to get a timeout instead. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12.
He completes this one to Mingo.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. They'll look to make it 3 for 3 on 3rd down conversions. They need a yard here. They'll try to run for the first with Henry.
And he will have a Cowboys 1st down. At least it would appear that way. He didn't get it by much, but yes, they do get the conversion on 3rd and 1.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders.
But one thing I do know, these guys on defense, they don't want this game to end. They're winning by multiple touchdowns. They've shut down the opposing quarterback in a big way, and they're still picking up sacks as we approach the end of this one.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. And that will be incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And his kick is right there. It's good, and they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4.
And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Like 13, like 13.
Pacheco gets it again on second down.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39.
60 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
Again, it's Pacheco.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 3.
Here we go.
Headed straight, it's Pacheco.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Pacheco gets it up the gut. Well, they nearly sprung him that time as he takes this all the way down to the 37.
13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down.
Here's Pacheco headed right.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
And this defense not ready for that one as he'll take this down inside the 25.
That's a 1st down pickup for Tennessee on a gain of 10.
On the handoff, it's Pacheco.
And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll in fact tackle him behind the line. He'll lose a